Today's episode of the Certified Horse Show. This is Dragging Junk Home. It's episode, I don't know, 5, 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there. That's half a dump truck. Got it on rollers. His tractor helped push it up. Got the PTO pulled up so it doesn't wreck the deck. We did go through my ramps over there. Let me get this thing chained down. Well, here's this train wreck all ready to go. I've took my sweet ass time getting it all strapped down because there's not one but two state troopers was hanging around an on-ramp interchange area. I'm not going on the highway whatsoever. This is all back roads for me. But I figured I might as well make it look as pretty as I can. Not that any of it's pretty. It's actually all a tetanus shot waiting to happen. But it shows effort on my part. So I've got the winch. Not that winch is legal securement, but realistically it is a considerable amount of securement. If it could pull it up here, you'd think it could hold it on there. So I've got the thing chocked from rolling forward. I've got the winch hooked around the rear end. I've got these two corners with 3/8 chains and binders. I've got a chain and binder around the back holding the frame end down on them wood blocks. And then I've got a strap to each corner at the high end of that dump so that it resists any kind of effort to roll because it's sitting on the inner wheels rather than the outers. It would be a lot better if it was on the outers. It would ride on my frame rails and then I could put the thing anywhere I want. But because the inners are the only wheels on the ground, it puts all the weight on like a 6-inch pad, and my deck boards, it misses the steel frame altogether, and my deck boards were sagging. I was really concerned it was going to go through the deck, so I parked it right on a cross member. So it's actually sitting on the bridge where the front and back boards intersect. So there's a double cross member with a steel plate. Now I've got this located where it's a tiny bit tongue heavy. I can tell by the rear end of my upper helper spring has just started to engage. This way, when I go up the mountain, I'm not going to have to worry about the weight transferring and trying to lift the rear end off the ground, because when you've got the weight too far back on the trailer, man, this thing will wag the truck. It'll get to oscillating, and that doesn't feel good. You always want to have a bias to the front. And I mean, this trailer tows wonderfully because it's a heavy trailer and it's got a lot of tongue weight. It tracks on the hitch really nice, doesn't sway around. I gave $600 for this. This was a double frame juice brake. It was a Ford F700 or 800 that somebody had started putting a Chevy motor in and a Chevy cab on, and then they gave up and it got traded around. But it's got a great dump bed. It has a 3-stage cylinder. You know, it's not a scissor hoist. It's actually a vertical 3-stage cylinder hoist. It's got a PTO pump that I've got tied up right there, but there's the pump with the integrated valve. I got the 2 different transmissions. I paid them $100 a piece. One of them's a 5-speed Eaton and one Spicer. This one's off an 8.2 Detroit V8, and this one was bolted to a Chevy motor, but they're both SAE 2 bell housing and probably 1.5 inch standard spline. The beauty is they both have PTOs and they both have parking drums. $100 a piece. The PTOs on eBay, the PTOs are like $300. Not that I'm buying one for that, but I got the PTOs, I got the PTO shafts. These are both ripe for my skidder project. The PTO to run the winch, the parking drum to be able to park the thing while you're winching. So I'm really thrilled about that, and dirt cheap, bulletproof. You know, parts are still available. Just can't beat it. Very happy about that. Got it strapped down so the man can't say nothing. I got my ramps bungee corded down so they don't go nowhere. Somebody will jump out and say my securement is no good, but that's good for a YouTube channel. So if you want to hate, put it in the comments down below. Maybe this video can get me some action here, maybe gain me some subs. I've got this straight link right there. My snap binder, before a hater shows up, cannot unsnap because it's secured. So mostly I got screw binders, but I didn't have enough to do this. So anyway, I'd say that's good enough. That strap there is just holding the PTO up because it was gonna drag through the dirt and hook on the back of the trailer if I wasn't careful. So I had to unbolt it and pull it up. It's still attached by the hoses. All in all, great day.
There at the gambler's paradise, Lady Luck was on my side, and Miss Kentucky again played just right.
climb up this mountain. It's probably about 700-foot elevation change. All you can do is just get over the side, put it in first, put your flashers on, keep your foot out of it, turn your heat up, just keep the RPMs up, keep the throttle light, you let that tranny pump spin, that way you got full line pressure, your fan is blowing a huge amount of CFM, your water pump is moving water, your oil pump is moving oil, and you got a lot of ponies. For every revolution of that tire, you got a lot of cylinder pumps all helping out. It's like having 200 guys on your tug-of-war team. It doesn't feel good in your mind to just be sitting there wound up, but I'm at 15% throttle opening, so I'm not hard on this truck right now. It's just revving. We're letting the RPMs do the work, and man, this is no problem at all. You just can't be in any kind of rush. When you get in a hurry, you start needing to change head gaskets, start throwing rods, start tacoing rod bearings, burning up transmissions. You can't be in no kind of hurry if you got to go up big hills and you got some weight behind you. I got one more turn to go and I'm at the top. So obviously a little 5.4 Triton can do some pretty good work if you treat it right.